This has to be the weirdest thing if you just played the game normally, skipping all the cutscenes, because 1 second you're embarking on your expedition, and the next second you wake up in the middle of the forest. But after we do, we fight our first Nevron. By shooting its weak spot on its head and then performing a counter, this will give you enough damage to defeat the Lancier. That way we can move on and continue to progress. After running forward a bit more, we find Lune in this cave, the first expeditioner to join us on this quest, and immediately we perform another battle against a bigger Nevron. Luckily for us, this one also has a huge bulging weak spot, so we take advantage of that once more, and performing an Ice Lance brings us an immediate end to this battle. Now as we continue forward, we're going to avoid any further Nevrons and stop in this cave in order to pick up a Picto. Pictos are essentially buffs that you could have on your characters, and you can only have up to 3. Which is why it's going to be essential to equip this early. This is a really strong addition to our character, and everyone can use this same Picto as long as we win 5 fights with it equipped. So these strong Pictos are going to have to be equipped as early as possible. That way at the end of the game, we're going to have an entourage of strength buffs against our opponent. We only have to take on our next opponent when we get another cutscene, which are again easily defeated just by counters, so easily in fact that they are actually one-shot if you counter their attacks. After our next cutscene, our characters see flares and head towards them in order to see if there's any survivors. And as soon as you leave this cave, you're going to turn a sharp right. This way we can pick up another Picto. We're going to want it for this boss fight coming up. And keeping right, we can also avoid any Nevrons in the area. As soon as we get to this flag, we can upgrade our attributes, but the only one that we're going to be focusing on is Might. The longest part about this is going to be our battles, so the quicker we can make our fights, the better. We face our first boss. Her attacks actually aren't very difficult at all, and in story mode they deal no damage practically, so the only real threat is just not finishing that fast. And I make a great example of that by missing a few of my counters. Another thing to note here is she summons these minions to attack alongside her, and we actually don't want to counter them. It's better to dodge because it's going to take more time for the animation of the counter to play than it would be to just dodge their attacks. They're not our main focus anyways, and as soon as we kill the boss, the battle will be over.